No, I don't know.
Okay, there we go. All right. Well, my name is Sonia Bowen. I am the administrative assistant for the ARCIF DFW area. And if you have any questions after this training that Cindy has agreed to do for us, which is amazing and wonderful, you can feel free to reach out to me. You should have my email, but if not, my phone number is 502-345-8585. And I'm going to let Cindy take it away with the facilitator video.
Thank you, Sonia, for the introduction and the opportunity to do this video. For anybody watching it, we want to say thank you so much for your support for the Look Ahead Conference. Facilitator position as a volunteer is a very important position. We couldn't do it without you. You know, we need someone in there in each of our sessions, introducing our speakers, fielding questions from our participants, and making sure the documentation that's required is taken care of. So what I'm going to do is just go over some responsibilities. I'll show you some of the documents that you will have in your facilitator packets and tell you where you will be able to pick those up. So the first thing is when you come to the conference, you're going to ask where the hospitality room is. The hospitality room will have your facilitator packet, which looks like this. It's a manila envelope with information about the session you're facilitating and what information will be inside this packet. So if you get this packet and you don't have all the information that's listed, then please let us know, because we're all human and human error happens. And so if we've missed something, we want to bring it to you and make sure you have it. So anyhow, the documents and the things that will be in your folder will be a conference program. That way, if somebody comes into your room and has questions, you can look in your program and you can answer those. Then we'll have the participation roster. That roster looks like this. I don't think you can see it very well, but basically it's a piece of paper that has participant name printed, their signature, and if they're looking for CEUs, they need to mark it. A CEU is a continuing education credit that is given to maintain their licensure or status for their position. So anyhow, that will be there for you. It will be filled out at the top, so you won't have to fill out the information that asks, speaker name, topic, etc. So you'll have that. You're also going to have a conference evaluation form and a session evaluation form. And those forms are going to be front and back. We are going to have that at each session for two reasons. One, we want to hear from people attending our events. We want to know, is this information helpful? What else can we do to help you? And what were some of the strongest features of the session? What can we do better, right? We can always do better. Everybody can do better. So anyway, it's helpful. It also helps us look at where, it's a self-evaluation of where was I when I first came here and where am I now? And so when we are asked to show that people are benefiting, this helps us because we can say, oh, they benefited 30% based on self-evaluation. That's not us evaluating them, it's self-evaluation. And usually grantors want to know what they think they have accomplished. So it helps us tremendously. And then, for suggestions, a lot of times people will tell us other topics they're interested in. And then that way we can make that happen as well to continue to help them in the ways that they think they need help. Those are vital pieces for us, vital. And so, we'll ask you to say in the beginning, as people come into the room, you're going to welcome them. You're going to say, hi, you're in a session for, let's just say transition. And they're like, oh, I thought I was going to be in such and such session was in your room. You can get your conference program out. You can show them here, oh no, it's in room such and such, and direct them there. Because what has happened is people say, I thought I was going to attend this and I attended this. Well, we want to make sure that they get where they're needed. So anyway, you'll welcome them as they come in, let them know the session, hand out the evaluation forms to them, and let them know the importance as a group. Once everybody's seated and you start the session, you'll let them know why those are so important. We usually ask people to go ahead and while I'm talking about the evaluations, I'll say, can you go ahead and let me know what your topic is now? I mean, what your knowledge is. I'm sorry, there's that human error. But what your knowledge is now as you're starting. And so they can go ahead and circle that. And then we'll say, at the end, we're going to remind you to please complete the rest of this. And then they can go from there. The other thing that is important and respectful of our speaker and the participants is that we start the session on time. So we're going to ask people to sign in. We're going to talk about the evaluation forms, and we're going to start on time. I will tell you, if you're a session facilitator after lunch, this is hard because people get so busy at lunch talking that they forget to notice it's time to get to the session. We usually make the announcement on the speaker that, sessions are starting, but, sometimes conversations aren't through. But it will be important that you go ahead and start that session on time. So when everybody gets in and you're starting, the first thing you're going to do is, again, make sure everybody's signed in. Tell people if they're getting CEs that they will need to put their name on their evaluation form and turn that in, or CEs cannot be provided. Then you're going to introduce the speaker. Inside your conference program and also inside the envelope itself will be information about your speaker. So the conference program has the bio of the speaker in it, but if it's easier for you just to pick the slip of paper that we provided you with the bio and read it from there, that's okay too. One of the things that I have done and encourage you to do is ask the speaker if they prefer to introduce themselves or to have you introduce them. Some presenters do prefer to introduce themselves, and I'm okay with that. I want the speaker to be comfortable in what they're doing and do what's best for them. So ask the speaker, do you want me to introduce you, or are you going to introduce yourself? Then you're going to remind everybody, I already went over this, but to complete their evaluation form, to the CEs, they have to sign in and the evaluation. We ask people to silence their cell phones. It's respectful of everybody in the room. If they need to take a call, because I know as a mom, emergencies happen, that we need to take that call. And so they can take that call. We ask them to do that outside the room. Then, just quietly step in the hall and close the door behind you. When the session starts and you've done all the announcements, it looks like everybody's come in, go ahead and shut the doors into your room. People will be in the halls preparing for the next session or, preparing to end the day or what have you, but the halls can be a noisy place. And so just go ahead and close those doors. Now, here's the part of the session facilitator duties that some people are uncomfortable with. And one of the important things is that we don't let one person take over the session and railroad the speaker. So if you have somebody who's taking over a session, we ask that you redirect them. That's sometimes hard, but we need to do that so the session is beneficial for all. And we are available to help you if you need help. If you're uncomfortable with that, we don't want that to stop you from being a session facilitator. You'll have a number to contact us, and someone will come to your room. We'll probably stand there a few minutes and see what's going on, and then see if we can redirect the session and the conversation. We have had, very disgruntled participants write down on their comments that so-and-so took, someone they usually don't know who by name, took over the session, and then they felt like they didn't get the information they needed, or that the speaker was allowed to move forward with their presentation. So anyway, when the presentation ends, we offer our speakers a speaker gift. We like to present that at the session and thank them. But before we do that, we want to, everybody thank the speaker. Thank you, thank you. And then we'll go over the please complete your evaluation, turn it in, the CEUs. And I know that seems redundant, but it's important. And sometimes through everything that's going on, that reminder is as valuable as anything else we do, especially those who are needing their CEs. And then say, thank us, please join me in thanking the presenter again, and then present them with their gift. The gift is typically a note card that is in an envelope that tells the presenter, thank you. You don't have to read that. And a gift card in that envelope. So you'll just hand that whole envelope to the presenter. I think that's really it. I know it probably sounds like a lot, and it might be at first, but if you've done this before, it doesn't look it's not as scary as it sometimes sounds. And we are there to support you. Like Sonia said earlier, if you have questions, reach out, and we'll answer them. You can reach out before the conference. You can reach out at the conference. We will be there. Thank you again for your support, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, so like any discussion we've had, we've talked about human error, and I just remembered I left off something very important to our participants. One of the things we do to encourage visits to our exhibitors, and not only just to visit the exhibitor, but to actually access information you may not have even known you needed, or that you knew that could help somebody else you know. So what we do is we have a bingo card. We call it a bingo card, and it is a card that has all the exhibitors who are there at the conference that day. And what we do is when you go visit an exhibitor, they stamp your card. And so what we do at the end of the day, after our second session, or in our second session, I should say, as the participants enter that session, we ask them to turn in their cards. And when they turn in their card, we will exchange a ticket, a red ticket. And that ticket will go into a raffle for that session, and we'll draw a ticket, and there will be a winner. We will tell the winner to take their ticket to the check-in desk, where there will be prizes that they get to choose from. There will only be one winner of a door prize in each session. So there will be a total of 4 people who will be at that desk with their ticket, showing that they're the winner and picking their prizes. Prizes will vary. If you are asked what prizes are available, of course, you can always go up to the desk before the session starts and kind of get an idea. Maybe there's books, maybe there's a video, maybe there's a motivational saying, something. I know we have a gift that says life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful, right? I know we've had books of poetry. We've had informational books about autism or other issues. So anyway, be sure and ask any questions if you want to know about the gifts. And thank you again for letting me chime back in. And sorry I missed it the first time. Thanks.